guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nikki and I'm a mama to a 10-month-old baby boy who's currently in the video right now, just eating things he's not supposed to. There you go. So the topic for today is baby-led weaning. So I think this is a good subject to talk about because a lot of parents now are baby-led weaning and they are starting them at around 6 months, which is the recommended age. Really? Which is the recommended age to start baby-led weaning. I didn't start the baby-led weaning right away. I was one of those mamas that were really scared for it and completely avoided it. So I started with the purees, and how I did that was I would buy my fruits and my vegetables and I would boil them and puree them in my blender. And that made a really good food choice for my son. So I boiled all of my fruits and my vegetables and I put them in my blender with a tiny bit of water and then I would puree them for him and he absolutely loved it. I started that about 5.5 months and I started with rice cereals. So this is what I started with for those of you that use this brand. It's really good. He liked it. It has like the quinoa, sweet potato, and raisin, and I gave this to him maybe 4 times, which is why it's still full. With this, I started at 5.5 months. I mixed it with breast milk, and he chowed the whole thing down. So that's how I knew he was ready for like the puree foods, and so that's when I started that. And we did that for about maybe 2 months. I was doing really good about making all of his food, and then it just kind of became a little bit hectic as far as my working schedule. I do work full-time and I have to come home and make dinner and then make him dinner, so it got really crazy and stressful. So I decided to buy his baby foods. I do not think that's a bad thing. There's a lot of stuff going around now, though, saying how there are so many bad ingredients in food, which could be true, which could not be true. So, I went for the baby, like the organic baby food. So I did like the Plum Organics, and I did the, Happy Baby, and I did like the Beech Nut. Good month and a half, and he loved it. So he started with like a few little spoons of it and then went to, that would be his toy in the background. And then he started moving to like the whole jars, and he would eat the whole jars at a time. So it was going really well. However, I felt like he wasn't getting enough food, and I felt like he was almost ready for real food. He's 7 months at this point. He's basically crawling, sitting up on his own, and he looks at our food and he has like these heart eyes when we're eating our food. So I decided to give him like the littlest piece of teriyaki chicken one day, and he like almost started crying. He wanted more. He was reaching for my plate and I was like, "Son, do you like this?" And he absolutely died for it. So I decided to cut up the finest little amounts of teriyaki chicken and gave it to him, and he would like kind of take his little fingers and pinch it and put it in his mouth, and so he ate the whole thing that I gave him. So at this point I'm thinking, okay, he's ready for real food. So I decided that I was gonna move on to the baby-led weaning and give it a go. I tried little foods, little snacks here and there, and introduced him to those items, and he ended up really liking them, and he got used to eating them, and he was able to chew them with his gums. He was able to do that open and close mechanism. He was able to swallow. He was able to suck the food as well, which kind of softened it up to where he could chew it. So that was really good. He had learned how to do that. And so I would start giving him like little eggs in the morning for breakfast, and then at lunch I would give him like some chicken and whatever we would have. If it was a peanut butter and jelly, he'd have a little bit of peanut butter and jelly, like the little squares. And for those of you that are questioning me giving him peanut butter, so it is recommended to start early with the allergen foods just to build their immunity. So that's what I did. So he started with strawberries and he went to peanut butter and he tried cheese and just like a few of those products just to kind of get him used to it. And so far we've been good. He has no allergies to anything. And I just recently introduced shellfish and he likes it, no allergies either. But he's almost 10 months, so I waited a little bit for that one. But then as far as dinners, I gave him a little bit of chicken and rice. I would give him some vegetables and kind of whatever we ate, I gave him little bits of it. And then around 8 months, he started eating a little bit better, and I gave him larger portions. And still at this time, they recommend you giving your baby milk first, which breast milk or formula, whatever milk preference you guys have, you do that and then you feed them because they still need those nutrients before they start the foods. And then once they hit 9 months, which his age now, you start giving them foods first and then you give them the milk after. One of his favorite meals right now, we found out, is stuffed shell. He ate that whole plate and it shocked me and my husband and my family, and he chowed on it. So that was great. So yeah, a baby-led weaning has been successful and I recommend it. I recommend starting with smaller amounts, letting them get the finger grasp and then letting them get the full-handed grasp and learning how to chew properly, learning how to swallow, learning how to work with the gag reflex, because they are going to gag. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're disliking it, but it just means that they're getting used to all of those glands back there that are learning how to take down this food because they're just used to the milk. So I would say that I really enjoy the baby-led weaning. I really enjoy watching him learn to eat and watch him just take down foods that he loves and the faces he makes and just like those heart eyes that he gets when he eats certain foods. It's been a real joyful experience. And the way that I transitioned him into baby-led weaning is something that I would do for my next child as well. I really, really like the fact that I started with the purees. I don't like the fact that I still don't agree with just jumping into the baby-led weaning. It scares the heck out of me because he did choke on that cucumber. And it was like a save my life kind of moment. And luckily his dad was there to save his life. It wasn't like terrible, but it was a scary experience. Like I was crying and he was crying and it just freaked me out. As far as my son now, he is almost 10 months. He's like really close to 10 months, and he's transitioned to like adult snacks as well. Like we have no longer used our little puffs that we used to use. He now likes animal crackers and goldfish. And yeah, you telling him you like them? And he loves his pancakes. I make him pancakes for breakfast and he will eat a whole pancake. He loves his yogurt. He loves his lunches. He does love his alphabet soup that his grandma homemade makes for him. He will eat a whole bowl of that at any time. So I just think him getting to this stage to where we can do a proper baby-led weaning, where he can actually eat food, has become 1, very emotional, 2, successful, and 3, very, very easy. So I recommend baby-led weaning to all mamas out there. It really helps them grow through their learning experience. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you stay tuned to my future videos, and I hope you subscribe to my mama channel just to kind of keep an update on me and baby Ari over there. So everybody take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!